And on that note, I'm starting a new playthrough of another game. I am going to go back to Vex. I'm not going to let that beat us. But I've decided I'm going to take a little break and play a nice calm game another one that I really quite enjoy and that I don't tend to get a lot of rage with. This is just a nice, stupid, daft little playthrough. Probably maybe like 1 or 2 episodes of this just to kind of like make me feel a little bit better before I start playing Vex again, because that's really pissed me off. Anyway, this is Theme Hospital, and this is a little Albert Einstein on the side here, just pointing us as what we do need to do with our game. So Theme Hospital is kind of it's another ancient game. I'm not really playing any very modern AAA titles on this channel, am I? Is a little simulation game of Theme Hospital, but because I use the term simulation, it is certainly not accurate, as you probably see later on. I'm sure, I doubt anyone who is watching this playthrough has never seen or played Theme Hospital. If you haven't played Theme Hospital, you need to play it. It's so... it's got quite a lot of fun little memories for me from when I was little. I bought this in Curry's like donkeys ago. Bullfrog was a company that kind of made very satirical sort of little games, and Prison Architect, I suppose. Prison Architect is kind of like a modern game that kind of is the only one that's really given me like Bullfrog themes. It doesn't act exactly like a Bullfrog game, but it is very similar, and you'll probably see as I go into it. So we want to start a new game. Bye, Albert! So, first game is most certainly not my first game, so that's a no. Low res. No. I don't know when Theme Hospital came out, actually. This game is so old, I lost the actual game, the physical CD that I bought at a download from Origin. Oh, Origin. Balance file, so we've got Doctor, Medium automatically selected, Junior Easy, or Consultant Hard. I'm going to go for middle, I'm going to be a pussy. Doctor Medium is probably okay. Well, it's probably still easy, to be honest, for the first few levels. It's more the end, it's like the last couple of levels. I don't think I've ever met anyone either who has actually completed Theme Hospital. If you have, high five, because that, I could not beat that. Medium Doctor, okay. Ta-da! Welcome to your first hospital. Get the place up and running by placing a reception desk, building a GP's office, and hiring a receptionist and a doctor. Then wait for some business to come along. It is a good idea to build a psychiatry department and hire a doctor with psychiatric qualifications. Is that a word? Psychiatric? Psychiatric, thank you, brain. A pharmacy and nurse are also essential for curing your patients. Watch out for all cases of bloaty head. Ugh. An inflation room will soon sort those out. You'll be looking to cure 10 people and make sure your reputation doesn't drop below 200. So welcome to NHS Simulator 2018. First of all, first thing I need to do... Is it under file? No. Options? Options. Game speed. Slowest. Always do that, because that will give you plenty of time to actually build your hospital without having to worry about... Because we've got this little fob watch here in the corner. So this is the length of time that we have. So this is all white at the moment. So once this goes all red, that's when your hospital opens automatically. So even if you haven't got everything built, your hospital's open, you've got to deal with it. So putting your game speed on slow gives you plenty of time to get everything kind of how you want it, build your rooms without having to rush around. And speaking of building rooms, we've got our little toolbar down here, and we've got our hospital. So unlike Prison Architect, with Prison Architect you build your actual buildings unless you select to have buildings already in place. This kind of is your set building. So you don't build the building itself, just build the rooms inside the building. God, I don't know what's the matter with me today, but I feel really sick. Ugh. So this is your actual building. You can't do anything about it, you can't knock down any walls, you have to build within it, you have to deal with the shape, deal with it. And then down here our little toolbar. So we're the 3rd of January. This is our good and our bad reputation, and you want to stick either in the middle or near the top. So at the moment we're smack in the middle, 500, because I haven't done anything yet. We've got our balance, and you have to keep this at a nice steady balance, ideally over minus, and ideally over 0, because otherwise you have to visit this guy. Look at that happy little face. Look at it! Look at all the money as well! Oh, banks. So we've got our little build room tab. We have the furnished corridor, so that'll be for like our waiting rooms, our drinks dispensers and plants and decorations, blah blah blah. And then it's the edit room, so any rooms that you place down you need to edit it, fairly self-explanatory. Hire our staff, so our doctors, our nurses, staff management, so that's where you piss them off by lowering their salary like Jeremy Hunt. Town map, so this shows us the actual area that we're at. So this is our building. Toxicity. So as you progress through the levels and you get different hospitals, you will have different buildings. You have like blanked out buildings here that you can oh, I've got one person. I believe that's the number of patients. Where is that patient? So as you progress, you can buy extra areas of the site. But as we're just at the beginning level, we've only got this one building. We've got number of plants, number of radiators, number of, I think that's diagnosis rooms. I don't know what that is. Number of radiators, and then this is probably the only part that I actually bother with. This is the radiator heat, so your patients will always complain about how hot, how cold it is. Oh, I'm hot, oh, I'm cold, oh, my fingers are turning purple. So what you have to do is you have to kind of control this depending on the number of radiators that you have. So you have a low number of radiators, this will need to be high. If you have chock full of radiators, then that needs to be kind of low. But then you also need to worry about your heating bill as well. So if you've got problems with money, you need to have your radiators low, but then you need to be careful that not everyone's getting too cold. These are kind of drugs and stuff that I don't really use. Yeah, so this, forget about it. Right, enough of that, let's build our first room. So, diagnosis, GP's office. So this is the backbone, I suppose you could say, of your hospital, because as people come in, they will be coming into your GP's office. So 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So the minimum size that you can have of your GP's office is 4x4. You can't have it bigger. I mean, you can have it as big as you want. You can have it as massive as the hospital if you want it to be. But 4x4 is the minimum, and it tends to help with your surface area as you get later on in the game, because you have so many rooms. So many treatment and diagnosis rooms will be unlocked that you kind of need to have as much space as you can, especially if you don't have enough money to buy extra plots of land. So tick yes for that. Tick yes for that. And you obviously want to place a door so your patients can come in. Door, window, window, window. Now you would think having lots and lots of windows in a room where someone's bearing their illness and their soul to their GP, where everyone can look in, would be a bad thing. Apparently not. Apparently patients like to be spied on as they're being diagnosed as to what's going on with them. And your bog standard stuff that you can have in your room is your desk, your filing cabinet and your chair. But that's not enough. So you press on this little button and you get all these extra little doozies to buy. So unless you know what you're doing, your patients will freeze because you haven't bought them any radiators. So you want a fire extinguisher, radiator, plant and a bin. So health and safety, fire extinguisher, radiator to stop them pissing about how cold it is. A plant just because... yeah, why not? And a bin. I don't think they actually get used, but bin. So your GP's desk goes there. Your filing cabinet goes there. This is your little chair for your patient to sit on. He can go there. The fire extinguisher can go there. Why not put the pressurised container next to a heated surface? There we go. And a plant. And a bin. So what you need to do, yeah. So your receptacle, where you put all your dirty stuff, goes right next to the hot surface. And then... boom! Your plants, you do not put your plants next to radiators, otherwise your janitors will be running around watering your plants. As this little lady here says, I need to get a handyman or a janitor to water my plants. So that's my first GP's office, all instated. And I'm going to be a rebel, and I'm going to put 2 GP's offices, because you don't necessarily need to have to worry about it in this level, but as you get later on, you get loads and loads and loads of patients as your reputation goes up, because obviously if you're a good hospital, everyone's going to want to go there. So you want to have a GP's office, more than one, to deal with the massive queues of people. Dick. And I'm going to have this kind of like a mirror image of that one. Desk. No, come on. The amount of lag between the button presses as well is ridiculous. Go. Dick. So fire extinguisher there, radiator there, plant there, bin there. Tick. So I'm going to hire a staff member actually whilst I'm here. So what we've got in our hire staff is we've got doctor category, nurse, janitor or handyman, and a receptionist. So the trick is, what I used to do is every time I built a room, I'll build a staff member for that room. and you don't need to, because you will either have a doctor in a GP's room that's not being used that often, so they'll rush off and go to another room as they're needed, or you will have tons and tons of people doing absolutely nothing, and all your money will go on their salaries when you don't actually need them, and then the game screams at you saying, do you not think you got too many staff members? So don't hire too many people at once, and if you do hire too many people at once, they all seem to run on their own sort of body clock. This body clock doesn't matter whether you're male, female, doctor, nurse, reception. Oh, no, receptionist I think stays still. But anyway, everyone will go on a mass exodus at the same time to the staff room. Like, I'm not kidding. It's like a fucking Moses plague of doctors and nurses. All go rushing to the staff room. So you end up with no staff and everyone's pissy because they're having to wait for the doctors. So don't hire everyone at once either. I'm just going to hire a doctor because I can. He is like gold dust. A good psychiatrist. Hire. He could sit in there for now. There we go. So, diagnosis. General diagnosis. So once your patients have been to the GP's office, that's not enough to diagnose them with what's going on with them. So they need to go into another treatment or another diagnosis room, which is where general diagnosis comes in. So a lot of you people will come from the GP's office into general diagnosis room and be like, yeah, I got this wrong with this, I've got this weird rash, blah, blah, blah. Doctor looks at them, and then once they've been in there, they then will disappear back into the GP's office and go, oh, I got this wrong with this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we found this. And then they will kick them out into a treatment room or into the diagnosis room if they've got something weird and wonderful going on with them. Tick. We've got door, window, window, window. Lots of windows. No privacy in this hospital. Tick. And usual selection. Tick. Screen. Done. Yeah, so placing windows makes the rooms brighter and improves the spirits of your staff, but fuck the patients who are like balls naked in the room and everyone's in the waiting room is watching them. Psychiatric. So this is where this little dude comes in. So unless it's a psychiatric case, he can kind of be plugged wherever you need a doctor, but I'm just going to place this out there. I'm going to be a rebel, make that a little bit bigger than what it should be, just so I haven't got a gap here. But as soon as a patient needs to go into psychiatry, he will then toddle off into that room unless he's busy with someone else. And then I want all my shit. So the problem that I have with psychiatric rooms, which is probably a better reason why I made it a little bit bigger, is you get a little extra items here of bookshelf and skeleton. But the way the game is, how ancient the game is, you've got to be careful and place these items first because they only face in those directions. So things like radiators and bins, they can kind of like point in all sorts of directions, but this one can't. So you have to be careful because you can place all of this shit first, and then you come to your bookcase and your skeleton, and you're like, oh, I can't place it anywhere because I've got no room left. So bookcase can go there. Skeleton can go there. And then I place my screen here. Oh, I wasn't meant to do that. Right. In this situation, if you ever played this game, you've never played it before, you would obviously go for the tick, because that's the cancel button. You think, I don't want that sofa there. Cancel. If you do that, you delete all the items in that room, and you're back to square one. You have to put the door, you have to put the windows in, so don't do that. Hit this button, pick up object, and then that'll let you edit it. There we go. Fire extinguisher can go here. Radiator, because there we go. I was actually in the right position anyway. There. Plank can go here, bin can go there, and then doctor's chair. Uh-oh. Can kind of go there. You can just face in the wrong direction. I think it's been a good, year or so since I played this game. Oh, that's not matching the aesthetics of the room. There we go. So a ward. So a ward will be where if you have anyone diagnosed with something that can be operated on, so later on in the game you'll unlock operating theatres and surgeons, so they will go in the ward once they've had their operations. But there's also like diseases where they'd be diagnosed, they just have to rest in the ward and then they leave. So this is also kind of important at the beginning of the game as well. So you've got double doors, all the windows in the world, tick. And you've got one desk and one bed. One bed is not enough. You only need one desk, but you need more beds than that. So I tend to put about 3 or 4 in. So we'll go for 4 this time. Bin, plant. We'll go for a couple of radiators, so they're not pissy about being cold. So, desk can go there. And then our beds. 2. Let's try and put them a little bit distanced out. Fire extinguisher. We want a radiator. There. Put a radiator there. Put a radiator there. There! Why won't you let me put a radiator there? That's sensible. There. And a plant there. And why not? Bin there. No, why won't you let me put a bin? Bin will go there. There we go. Ward. Treatment. So we've done all the diagnosis rooms. So in theory, anyone who comes into this hospital with bog standard level 1 diseases or illnesses will be able to get diagnosed straight away. So we've got no problems with that. Treatment. So we've already got the psychiatry. We've already got the ward. We have a pharmacy now. So pharmacy for the drugs. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yep, so that follows the same rules as GP's offices. And look at that. Look at that nice neatness. Oh, beautiful. Tick. So door's going to go there. Window. Window, 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 window. Tick. Find cell objects. We're usual 4. Boop. We've got a little drugs cabinet. Put that there. Send the nurse here. And the patient has a nice view of the sickies in the ward. Radiator. Nice plant. A bin for them to vomit into. Tick. So there, so that also makes sense as well, because you've got your pharmacy, and then you've also got your patients here that might need injections. They can just toddle into here and toddle into there. See, it all works out. See. Clinics inflation. So this is where the science in this game flies out the window. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So this is for people with bloaty head. They get their brains popped. There's only I can't describe it. There's only one way to do it. I have to show you. 2, 3. So I have to wait for bloaty-headed people to come in. This is also a bit of a pissy room to try and get things fitted into. So we've got the inflation thing there. Fire extinguisher. Radiator I'll put on this side of the room. See my plant. I can never fit the plant in. Bin. I put the bin in. Right, they're just going to have to go without a plant. Tick. Inflation clinic. Patients with a painful yet humorous condition of bloaty head must come to the inflation clinic, where the overlarge cranium will be popped and instantly reinflated to the correct pressure. The inflation clinic requires any doctor. It also requires ongoing maintenance by a handyman. Yeah, so I need a janitor to come in every now and then, whack it with his hammer just to make sure it's working properly. Tick. So that's the only clinic that I've got so far. You can also unlock other disgusting clinics as you progress through the game. Facilities, staff room and a toilet. I wish I could zoom out. That's the one thing I wish I had. I wish I could zoom. So staff room is going to go, actually, I'm trying to remember. No, staff room definitely goes here. And you have to make it quite big as well. Do I make it that big? I don't think I ever made it that big. There we go. That'll do. Tick. Douche, douche. Douche, 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 douche. So everyone can see everyone pissing, lying around on their arse and doing nothing. Right. Fire extinguisher, radiator, plant, a couple of sofas, one a pool table, and a couple of TVs. There. So this is where everyone comes to rest, and this is where the mass exodus will happen if you hire all your staff at once. I think you can plonk them in the staff room earlier if you need to, but. Extinguisher, radiator, plant. There we are. Tick. Staff room. Your staff get tired as they carry out their jobs. They require this room to relax and refresh themselves. Tired staff slow down, demand more money, and will eventually quit. They also make more mistakes. Building a staff room with plenty for them to do is very worthwhile. Make sure there is room for several staff members at one time. Yes, I have. I've put the TVs super close to the sofa though. They'll have to sit with their knees up to their noses before they can actually watch a telly. Facilities, toilet. This is where everyone goes to vom. Right, so I need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 5 more toilets. You have to put plenty of toilets in and plenty of sinks. Want bin, plant, radiator, fire extinguisher. Get a couple of plants actually to mask the smell. Toilet goes in first. 3, go away. 4, 5, 6. And then sinks are a bit pissy because they only go on that side of the bloody room. Yeah. So no more sinks. I don't think you have to have sink to toilet ratio anyway. I don't know whether that's a thing. Radiator. Couple of plants. Just in the middle of the room. And a bin. There. Tick. Toilet. Patients feeling a call of nature will need to unburden themselves in the comfort of your toilet facilities. It's a nice way of describing it, isn't it? That's something to say the next time you need to go to the toilet. Excuse me, I just need to unburden myself of the comfort. Oh wait, no. I just need to unburden myself of this shit. You could build extra stalls and wash basins if you expect a lot of visitors. In some cases, you might consider building further facilities elsewhere in the hospital. Yeah, because otherwise they might shit themselves. So that is everything. Look at all this space. Look at all this space. I can't remember if anything does get unlocked in the first level. I think it's just a case of just plonk down the basic stuff and just learn how to use the mechanics of the game. Right. So now we've done all the rooms, we need to furnish the corridors. So that involves reception desk. Plunk. So reception desk in the first level always goes here. Plonk that there. And then we want a receptionist. Now the receptionist is an immortal being who never requires rest, never requires sustenance, enjoys fart serving, generally well motivated and dedicated. I'm hiring her just for the fart surfing. So she'll fart there, and we want a nurse. You want a nice quick nurse. Just plonk her in here for now. She's most likely going to be the pharmacy than the ward at this minute in time, I think. So this is the minimum staff, a nurse and a doctor for now, because they will get tired. I'll click on him. Yeah, so this will drop down tiredness level. I'm very happy at the minute though. I mean, he's got nothing to do, so that's probably why he's very happy. Go away. Furnished corridor. So we've got a reception desk. We only really need to have one reception desk. Bench. Get a chocolate on the benches. I need to be careful on my money as well, actually. Drinks machine. Get a couple of drinks machines. A couple of fire extinguishers. Some radiators. And want some plants. Drinks machines. Fire extinguisher. There, why not? Around and about. Radiator. I should put some radiators in between the chairs, because I don't want to get pissy because it's cold. I want some actually by the toilets. And some plants.
Today's special offer, half-price hair replacement.
Yay! So now we've got the receptionist, we'll get a little tannoys as well. So that's what they're good at doing. Right. Hospital is furnished. I think. I don't think I missed anything. Right, I need to hire some janitors. So what I tend to do is I hire a janitor for the plants, hire a janitor for cleaning, and a janitor specifically for maintenance. But because that's the only machine I've got is that one, I'm not actually going to worry about maintenance so far. So I'm just going to hire 2 quick janitors. Make him all about the plants. Hire another janitor. Oh, you're slow as. And you're slow as. Oh, the faster of the slows. Put you there. I'm actually going to make you all about the plants. I'm going to make you all about the shit. Look at all that shit he has to clean. There we go. So his priority is sweeping up and cleaning all the shit. So doctor and nurse. I might hire another doctor later on when the first patient comes in. Right. File. Game speed. Normal. Watch everyone start to zoom. Zoom! Oh, that's not so zoomy. Right. Da -da 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 -da. So we're just going to wait for my first patient now. There's also a helipad there, but I don't think that gets used. Come on, people. Come on, sickos, where are you? Come on, sickies. Come in through the door. Yes! Sicky! Right, so we're gonna follow this guy. Up he goes, up he goes, up he goes. Through the doors, come on. Oh! We have a diagnosis coming through, come on. 100. 100!
Attending psychiatry, please.
Oh, off he goes. He's the hospital is on his shoulders right now. He is doing all the work. She's doing fuck all. There we go. 6 years at medical school to get around a patient. You could have just done all this in your own room. Got any more sickos? No, he's my only sicko. Right, no pressure, you gotta fix him now. He's the only one that we've got. Come on. There we go. 200!
Doctor required in
Oh yes!
GP's office.
More sickos! Right, I need to hire another doctor.
Doctor required in GP's office.
I know! There you. Punk in there. No, you go in the other GP's office.
Attending
Ah!
psychiatry, please.
I forgot as well, there's another little thing that pops in the corner here. Your team has discovered a new condition. It is TV personalities. Cause daytime television. Symptoms, delusions of being able to present a cookery show. Cure, a trained psychiatrist must convince the patient to sell their TV and buy a radio.
Doctor required in general diagnosis.
Oh god, I need more doctors. I would have thought running a hospital would be so stressful. So I've got a doctor in general diagnosis, I've got a doctor in psychiatry. That's the guy that went in! You have seen him in that room, that room, that room, and then he went back and saw him in there. He's cured? I can't really... Yay! Oh, look at all these people now. Look at all these sickos spreading their diseases.
Nurse required in ward.
Right, how went in? Get fucking moving. Oh, hang on. You saying no? I'm gonna pick you up by the scruff of your neck. Shove you in there.
Nurse required in pharmacy.
Oh, piss. Right, I need another nurse. Right. Stick you in there. We also have emergency supply that come through the door, so you might have to deal with like a helicopter full of like 7 or 8 people. And the dead easy ones are like drugs, so like giving drugs to a patient like that, dead easy, dead straightforward. So when they come in with like fucking kidney stuff and they have to be operated on, where it gets really hard. Your team has discovered a new condition. It is heaped piles, cause standing around by water coolers. What? Symptoms: patients feel like he is sitting on a bag of marbles. A pleasant yet powerfully acidic drink dissolves the piles from the inside. Lovely. I can hold my hands up and say, never had piles. That you fucking needed to know that one, like. So much action. I need to get my reputation up and then I'll get like loads of people through the door. Oh, you're bored, sir? Oh, yeah, I fucking call you, didn't I? Yeah, stare at the wall. Oh, when are people with big heads gonna be popped by my machine? Where is all the peoples? Are you cold? Right. Town map? Here we are. So these red dots show the actual, like, heat level in the building. So I need to turn this up, don't I? Up to maximum, see what happens. Oh, come on. You live in a place called toxicity. There must be sick people.
No littering.
Thank you to no one who heard that. I've done such a good job. There's no one left to cure. Yay! Person! Oh no, my money's running down. We need to milk this man. Milk this man for all his money. 113? Yes! Excellent. You heeded my advice. Got an extra $13 out of him. Big head! Big head! So this guy is going to go in here. And he's probably going to get sent to the bloaty head room, the inflation clinic. Because he needs his head popping. He is bloaty head. I can say that straight away. You don't need general diagnosis. I've already diagnosed you. King Bernard of the Netherlands has expressed a wish to visit your hospital. Why the fuck not? There we go. He's from the Netherlands. He won't freeze to death in my apparently freezing cold hospital. No one's died yet. That's always good. Did like 3 people that I've cured. There's another GP's office there. Go in that one. Your team has discovered a new condition. It is uncommon cold. Excuse me. Small particles of snot in the air. Symptoms: runny nose, sneezing, and discoloured lungs. A big swig of uncommon cough medicine made from special ingredients in the pharmacy will cure this. Cure another 6 patients in your cure. Yes! Bloaty head! Yes! Let's watch him get his head popped. I'm exhausted all of our diagnosis on this machine. Send him home. Did I miss the head popping? Oh, I missed the head popping! I'll have to wait for another guy to come in now. See there he is. With a normal head. And the team discovered a new condition. It is bloaty head. Cause: sniffing cheese and drain water from drinking unpurified rainwater. Very uncomfortable for the sufferer. The swollen head is popped, then reinflated to the correct PSI using a clever machine. You dirty bastard. How are you? I've got the radiators on full. You cannot be cold. If you actually did your job and moved, you wouldn't be cold.
A VIP is currently visiting.
Tell him I'm a nice boss. This is where everyone's going to get tired, isn't it? Everyone's going to fuck off to the staff room.
Doctor, attending psychiatry, please.
What did I just fucking say? Piss. Right, you rest up. You've had a hard day of telling people they're crazy. We'll hold the fort down. You just play your pool. Don't worry about us. Sorry, sir. He's in a really important emergency. Someone thinks they're the queen. So he's on his way. He assures me he's on his way. 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. I'm regretting building this GP's office, but let's face it, it's not as if I'm taking up all the fucking room in the building, is it? Hang on, I'm gonna have to pause this here. How do I pause? Huh! Awkward! When you play through something by a knock on the door by a police officer. Whoops! Your team has discovered a new condition. It is the squits. Cause: eating pizza found under the cooker. Symptoms: ugh. Surely you can guess. Thanks. Cure: a glutinous mix of stringy pharmaceutical chemicals solidify the patient's innards. Yay! I need some of that. What? Why are you in your arse in here? Are you fucking skiving on me? Shove you in there.
Nurse required in ward.
Take a rest and get back to work. Are you still waiting for the psychiatrist? Sorry, he's dealing with someone who thinks they're a rabbit. He's on his way, I promise you. Fuck is he? Where is it? You? What are you doing in there? He has bloaty head. Job done. He's on his way to Yeah, you're damn right you're on your way to psychiatry's now.
Doctor required in general diagnosis.
Oh, see, he's pissed off now. He got sick of waiting. Sick of waiting for you. Dick. I would suck if you were a psychiatrist. Why are you in there? You don't need to be in there anymore. Get out. Get in there. We have exhausted all our diagnosis machines on this patient, and we are still not sure what is wrong. What shall we do with the patient? There is a 71% chance that we have identified what type of invisibility the patient has. He has invisibility! Send patient home, take a chance on the possible cure, get patient to wait while you build more diagnosis rooms. Well, that's not going to happen. 71% is higher than 50%. Is that the guy? Oh, he has invisibility. He's invisible. Come on, look at him. Come on.
Attending psychiatry, please.
Are we visible? Are we going to be visible? We're visible! What? I call bullshit. He was invisible. Telegram. After visiting your hospital, King Bernard of the Netherlands remarked, not a bad medical establishment, certainly. You have been awarded a cash grant of £800, you stingy prick. We have exhausted all our diagnosis machines on this patient and we are still not sure what is wrong. What shall we do with the patient? There is a 72% chance that we have identified what type of invisibility the patient has. 72% chance is higher than 71%. Right, come on, you're invisible. Right, you! Fucking redeem yourself now. You better not have given him arsenic instead of what he's supposed to actually have. Come on. Moment of truth. Yay! He's cured! You've redeemed yourself. Obviously the first one was a fucking fluke.
Doctor required an inflator room.
Oh, poppy head! You're gonna pop the head. Psychiatrist. Oh. Of course it's a psychiatrist that's gonna pop the head. Right, poppy head. Poppy head. Where are you going? Come back. I'm gonna get your head popped.
Nurse required in ward.
Poppy head. Poppy head. Poppy head. Yay! Just take away all that excess skin. You didn't need that. But I need to actually fix this, don't I? Because, yeah. Page the guy to fix the hardware. Right. Don't think you're going to be skiving in there. You're going there. And what are you doing? Just wandering around. Just wandering around, are you? Get to fucking work. Right, I'm getting more in the green, but my money's going down. My money needs to go up. What the fuck are you doing? Just wandering around, are you? Get back to fucking work. Skiving on my fucking watch. Oh, is there something wrong with your circulation or something? Because you're always frigging cold. No one else has complained. Suffering folk are having to stand up. Get some more seating down now. You're not my mother. Suffering folk are having to stand up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 free chairs. And only that bloke is choosing to sit down. Yes, more poppy head. Pop. You know what? Is the pharmacy is the one that's raking in all the money. Just gonna page the guy to fix that. You. Don't even think about it. Get there. Oh. Oh, yes. Hall of Shame. Oh, I'm in the Hall of Shame. Go away. I've cured more people. Fuck you, Hal. I'm not the richest. I've got the highest salary. I've only killed one person. Oh, I'm worth more money. And I've got less visitors. Haha. Jeremy Hunt can learn from that one. Congratulations. Marvellous, your hospital wins an award for building the best reputation. Hearty congratulations on achieving an impressive cures to death ratio in your hospital. Congratulations on having the most valuable hospital in the game. Inspectors note that your hospital is very clean. Yay! What does that do? I don't think that does anything. Oh no, it goes back to that. Right. Back to work. Oh, I didn't see that before. You are hereby awarded the Cabinet Minister's Award for the most impeccable standards and highest reputation possible this year. Nice one. I've been promoted. Dear Reddy, jolly good. You have made excellent progress at your hospital. We have found somewhere else for you to run. If you fancy a change of scenery and a fresh set of challenges, You don't have to accept, but it might be worthwhile if you do. The salary is $16,050. Do you want a job at Sleepy Hollow Hospital? Yes. Da! Right. And here's my new hospital. So I'm going to leave it at this, actually. I'll probably come back to this, maybe do like another episode of this and then get back in the mix. So I hope you've enjoyed me rambling through this daft playthrough, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!